Well, I'm just trying to get some feed over to the heifers, cows I got. This is the worst part about these tarps. Today ain't bad. Got snow all on the tarps, got to try to get them off. And I said, I still don't know what the hell happened. The first crop bales turned out as spongy and soft as they did. But for the most part, it keeps good feed. I mean, I got holes in the tarp. They sweat underneath a little bit. But not enough you can really lose all that much. Still lose a lot less than if they were out in the open all the time. But today ain't too bad. This is the first round of the storms we're supposed to get for the next week to 10 days. It ain't too bad today. The snow is supposed to stop here within the hour. It's the end of next week, I guess, supposed to get... Well, I really haven't heard much from much snow. It's supposed to get down one day. I see a high of 18. But still, overall, it's still decent weather for this time of year. Haven't heard nothing about big snow. This nor'easter that's going up there right now, up the east coast, we're right at the edge of it. So we got 1 to 3 in the forecast, where there's some areas up around Rochester, Syracuse, somewhere up in that area. I think it was talking 18 to 20, which that's what we had a month ago. So, but this time of year it sticks around. And definitely next week's going to be a miserable week, because next week is the Pennsylvania Farm Show. And every year during the farm show, we get either a really cold spell or heavy snow or something. I just noticed that there, my tarp opened up here in the center. Yeah, like I say, still better than if nothing was on it. Should be a rope on that bale tying them together. Don't know what the hell happened there. Oh well. Like I say, that'll only be about another month. Because that's the other thing I was doing today when I come over here. I just got done counting these bales. I gotta see how much hay I got left. Do an inventory, basically. And when I get home here, I get that figured up. But, well, like I say, I feed second crop bales to one group of cows, and the first crop to the other group. I feed this to the group that I put in the bale feeder, because these can't really grab an armful of it and carry. I mean, this got real fine for some. I mean, being short and thin, it broke up going through the baler kind. I mean, it's almost like chopped hay to an extent. I mean, you can't unwrap a layer and throw it to somebody. It just crumbles. Everything ended up short. Where this is longer and stringier, I can unwrap this, and that's what I do. I feed this in the feed alley, unwrap it, and throw it up where they can reach it, and I can carry it back and forth up the lane as I need to. But I'm going to get these bales down there and do some calculating. Yeah, I got the bales down here. I have to get the skid steer to put them in the barn with. But I figure I'll figure this up real fast. And this probably is not going to mean anything to anybody. It's a bunch of chicken scratch. And this is just to give me a rough idea, because I do have one neighbor ask me if I was going to have any more hay to sell. Wasn't really needed till spring. But if I had it, he'd buy it off me. If not, he'd find something else. So that's another reason why I'm trying to figure this out. And then the neighbor I borrowed the wrapper from, I just worked out a deal with him. Them 14 bales I have down here that are wrapped, I just worked out a deal with him for them bales to cover the plastic that I used, and I get a few bucks for that. Well, I don't know what hay sells for, wrapped baleage hay. I mean, depends on the week at the auction when they sell it, what it'll bring and whatever. You know, I might be a little bit on the cheap side, but I figure it's a neighbor, it's cash money. He's going to haul it. I don't have nothing more to do with it. If it's a little bit cheaper, it's a little bit cheaper. He was happy with it, and I'm happy with it. But, okay, what I figured out. There's 14 rows of bales in that first crop pile. There's 6 bales in a row. So I got 84 bales of first crop. Second crop, there were 17 rows at 6 bales, so there's 102. Now I got 30 bales of second crop here on the feed alley, and up in the old barn in the old hay maul there. There's at least 20 bales. I think there's a few more, but I'm figuring 20 bales, so there's 50 bales between them. So between all that, plus, and I didn't figure in this, I got 4 bales of baleage I got over at the other place that I'm not selling. I'll feed them out. It ain't worth the hassle monkeying around otherwise. But I got 236 bales. Now right now I've been feeding an average of a bale a day. That's what it's been working out. I've been bringing 2 bales down every other day. One will feed the feed alley, and one will feed the cows out back. So figuring from today, from January, there's 26 days. February, there's 29 days. March, 31. April, 30. And figure until the end of May, which technically I shouldn't have to, but I don't have that much pasture anyhow. Pretty much just going to feed hay year round if I keep the animals and stuff, like I always do. But I figured to get to the end of May, by that point I should be making hay again. But if not, June 1st, that's a good figuring for hay. Usually in May you're making silage, but whatever. But figuring all that, to the end of May, there is 147 days. So that is the minimum number of bales I need. It's 147. And I got 236. So yes, I got plenty of hay. Now the next thing I got to figure, what place to set this. The ones I'm feeding in the bale feeder, the first crop bales, because them bales are spongy, whatever. They're bigger animals, so they eat more anyhow. But when they were going in and out on pasture, yeah, a bale a day was no problem. If they ran short, they had to pick out in the pasture. Well, now, there's been a couple days where I probably should have put another bale in a day sooner, but they're not starving or anything, so I haven't. But technically, really, I should. And when we get this colder weather, they're going to eat more. The bigger animals, they eat more. So I figured at a bale and a half a day, or 2 bales every 3 days. So it'd be a bale and a half a day, I figured, for them. So I figured, well, what I did was I took that number, 147, divided it by 2, and basically rounded up to 74. At a bale and a half a day, I need 111 bales to feed that through the end of May. So 74 and 111 comes to 185 bales I would need to guarantee till June 1st. So that means I got 70, is that 71? Can't think offhand. Yes, 51. Yeah, 51 bales. I would have 51 bales. So basically, everything in them piles over there would feed till the end of June. And what I have on the feed alley and the barn up there. So I'd have 50. I could easily sell 50 bales. And, figure just 2 weeks in May. I mean, there's another 14. So I could easily sell 60 bales of hay and not cut myself short till the first of the year. Or till I make hay again, put it that way. So that's what I've been figuring here right now, is how much. So that sounds good. So I can let my other neighbor, and this is what might be fun. They're both brothers. They don't get along at all. And I hope the one I'm selling this, it'd be the second crop hay I would sell them. Doesn't see the other brother taking the baleage. Because he did ask me earlier this year if I would have any baleage to sell. And I talked to him. We were going to work out a thing where he would get somebody to wrap it. And of course, he can't ask his brother for the wrapper like I did. But I didn't know I was going to have at the time. And then I did ask him, are you going to want baleage? I didn't know what I was going to do about a wrapper. Well, he could get one, I guess, and he'd find one or something. I said, well, I can get a wrapper. I said, I'll just go ask Tony, and he wasn't happy about that. So, but him and hawed around, he never did give me a direct answer. So, whether he found something else, well, he did find something else. I guess he did buy some off somebody else. I did find that out, but so whatever. I mean, just because they don't get along doesn't mean I can't get along with them. So that's all I can do on a snowy day is try to figure out. And I guess I haven't seen anything where I need to put that snowplow on the truck here yet either. Probably should. Now that I got the damn thing fixed, I'm glad I got these brakes fixed. The way they were locking up, I probably would have skittered around a couple corners today when I went to town. I mean, I guess they were getting bad. Another thing I've noticed you gotta put your foot on the brake on this truck to get it out of park. And when I'm parked at the house and I do that, I take it out of park, I would get a thunk, and I was starting to think, well, do I have a U-joint going bad or something? Well, ever since we did these brakes, I don't have that. So either the brakes weren't holding just like they should, and it was getting a rock to it when it jump out of gear or something, I don't know, but it's made a difference to that. And now they got the wheel bearing fixed, I'm not worried about putting the plow on the truck. But I guess go get the skid steer, get that door open, steaming up the truck. But I guess I'm going to call that one here. Like I said, got some nasty weather supposedly coming in the forecast. They keep saying there's going to be a big change, but I don't see nothing in the forecast that actually indicates a big change other than 3 or 4 days getting below 20 degrees for highs, which no problem to handle. So I guess that's the best I can do this time of year, so for a decent video. So thanks for watching. We'll catch up with you later.